When I had first gone to sixth form college, people had started messaging me on Facebook, Instagram, and saying that, people had been using my social media photos on dating apps. I thought it's a risk that people take when they use social media. And sometimes they had my name, sometimes it was other people's names, but it always had my location, my real age. I suppose the more that it happened, the more I felt that this person did actually know who I was. I think that's probably the first time that I felt a bit concerned about who was doing this and why, and what they were gaining from it, I suppose. In 2020, we go into a national lockdown and the whole world just goes mad. No one knows if they can leave the house. I'm on furlough. And everyone is turning to social media because there's nothing else to do. And I get a message from someone that I went to university with. It says, I was on
Twitter yesterday, and when I searched UK lockdown, I came across this.
It's a selection of pictures of me from my social media accounts.
They're all her photos, ones she's posted on Instagram or Facebook. But the captions alongside her photos say that Jodie wants to earn some extra money during lockdown, selling sex. More captions ask viewers to rate Jodie's body and comment on sexual things they'd like to do to her.
And I scroll down through the photos, I see that there's not just one of me. Photo after photo, caption after caption. And they were from Twitter handles, including Slut Exposer, Love British Babes, Perv Chief, On Holiday with My Friends. Selfies. A lot of the captions were comparing the front of my body to the back of my body, or asking, what would you like to do with teen Jodie? And I'm going through a lot of these accounts and I'm also finding countless images of other people that I know.
Jodie's friend, who we're calling Daisy, messages the Twitter pages, telling people to delete the posts and asking how they got hold of the photos.
And the response was, they're all submissions. We don't go looking for them. They're usually an ex-partner, someone that doesn't like you, someone that loves you. I'm thinking back through every conversation that I've had with someone, every person that I've ever had an argument with, every person that I've ever disagreed with or told them that they're wrong. I thought this must be someone that just doesn't like me. I thought that was as bad as it could ever get. I didn't know that it was going to get so much worse. My Instagram was really private and had been for quite some time. We started to compile a list of people that knew and followed on social media, both of us, because it had to be someone that followed both of us. There was a few people who I could cross off the list almost without a second thought. My boyfriend, we've been together at this point for 2 years. He didn't use social media at all. My best friend Alex, who also knew the enormous impact this was having on my life, and my brother, who knew Daisy because he had met her. I just trust 100% with everything.
Jodie and Daisy go through a list of 50 men who follow them both, narrowing it down. One person sticks out to them, Jodie's ex-boyfriend. They block him, and the tweets stop.
I'm also speaking to my best friend Alex. He would always make me feel better, and when I spoke to him about this, he just said, this is really disgusting, and now I know who it is, it will stop.
Jodie finishes university and begins in her dream job. Then one day...
And I received an email from an address which I didn't recognise, saying that there were more photos. I just thought, I can't do this again. But nothing had prepared me for what I was about to open. I didn't think it could get worse than what had already happened.
Hey, sorry to remain anonymous, but I saw this guy was posting pics of you on creepy subreddits. I don't really know you, but I saw one of those pictures they posted and vaguely recognise you. So I thought I should reach out. I found these. Huge trigger warning, because they contain lewd photoshopped images of you. Anonymous.
My whole body was hot and I just let out a scream because I knew that this could genuinely ruin my life. And I was screaming and crying, violently scrolling through my phone. And I realised what it was, and it was just someone having sex with me. In that moment, I genuinely wanted to be dead.
She's looking at images and a video, which appear to be of her having sex with various men in explicit positions. Some of the photos used of her are recent, ones that she's posted on social media since she blocked her ex. It's not him. It turns out he's completely innocent in all of this.
That deep feeling in the pit of my stomach that I had had the year before, it just came back in a way that I didn't realise was even possible. I'd blocked my ex-boyfriend, so there was no way that he could have access to these photos. I felt really scared because this wasn't my ex and I had no idea who it was. The user who had requested these be made said that I made them so horny and they wanted to see me faked onto a pornographic photo. And they said that they were happy to chat to whoever would do this for them and they would show whoever did it more of me. There were 2 photos that I knew weren't on social media. One of them where it's very cropped and I'm looking at someone and it's outside King's College in Cambridge and I look really, really happy. It's only my side profile and I know instantly who it is. I knew that it had been cropped and that the person who was cropped out was my best friend, Alex.
Hello and welcome to Mastermind with me, John Humphreys. In the spotlight tonight, Alex Wolff, a composer.
Alex Wolff is a composer, seen as a bit of a prodigy. He won BBC Young Composer of the Year, top of his college, an impressive young man. He travels the world making music. Here he appeared on Mastermind.
And your name is?
Alex Wolff.
Your occupation?
Composer.
And your chosen subject?
Stephen Sondheim musical.
I just felt my whole world fall away from me. Just the most enormous sense of betrayal, humiliation. I just felt like my whole life was over because if he could do this to me, someone who I loved, who I thought loved me too, I just thought anyone could do this to me. I relived every conversation that we had where he had comforted me and supported me and been kind to me. And I just knew that it was all a lie. And he knew the impact that it was having on my life so profoundly. And yet he still did it.
Jodie never confronted Alex. She was advised by the police not to speak to him. And so from years of talking most days, the calls and the messages, they just stop. The police charged Alex over the posts on Reddit and the images posted on pornographic websites. He wasn't questioned over the images used on the dating sites and Twitter posts, and he denies involvement in those.
In 2021, Alex pleaded guilty to 15 charges of sending messages that were grossly offensive or of an indecent, obscene and menacing nature. He got 5 months in prison, suspended for 2 years. He was ordered to do 40 sessions of a sexual offending programme, 150 hours of unpaid work, and to pay each of his victims £100 in compensation. I was angry that Alex got, don't get me wrong, he needed it, but that he was able to access proper support and had therapy as part of his sentencing. And I really felt like the victims just weren't given that support. I left with £100 and a restraining order against my best friend.
File on 4 approached Alex Wolff and he sent us this statement. It's voiced by an actor.
There are no excuses for what I did, nor can I adequately explain why I acted on these impulses so despicably at that time. Please know that I write with a deep and enduring feeling of shame and remorse for my actions and their consequences. I am truly, sincerely sorry.
This isn't just Jodie's story. 15 women were listed in the court case against Alex. File on 4 has discovered that police didn't inform all of the women who'd had their photos shared online by Alex Wolff. The Met Police say,
"We have urgently taken steps to rectify this. We've contacted the 2 remaining victims so that explanations and an apology in full can be provided. One of the victim survivors has met with us and we have apologised. We accept that post the submission of this case, greater efforts to identify the contact details of the remaining 2 victims could and should have taken place."
This is affecting thousands of women, hundreds of thousands of women worldwide. And people are taking their photos without consent and doing whatever they want to them. I'm honestly glad that I can't speak to him because I never got a reason. For so long, that's what I really wanted. Now I just don't care.